Part 2. The phone call. That changed everything. Then folded his hands on the table and spoke with the calm confidence he used during business meetings. Mom, we should probably organize your estate before treatment begins. The words didn't sound cruel. They sounded practical, that somehow made them hurt even more. Claire quickly nodded. He's right. We just want to make sure everything is protected. Protected. Such a beautiful word, until you realize people sometimes use it to hide ugly intentions. Noah finally spoke. Do you have an updated will? I looked from one face to another. Not one of them asked if I was scared. Not one asked whether I had slept the night before. Not one asked how much pain I was in. Instead, they wanted paperwork. I haven't changed the will since your father passed away, I admitted quietly. The silence that followed lasted only 2 seconds. But it told me everything. Ethan leaned back in his chair. Seriously? Claire sighed loudly. Mom, that's incredibly irresponsible. Noah rubbed both hands together nervously. If something happened suddenly, everything could become legally complicated. I stared at the 3 children I had raised. 3 adults, 3 successful careers, 3 people discussing my death as though it were an appointment already written into the calendar. I whispered. I thought we'd spend tonight together. Claire stood first. I've canceled meetings for 4 days. Ethan checked his watch. I've postponed several clients. Noah quietly added, I have work waiting too. For a moment nobody spoke. Then Claire grabbed her handbag. We're not putting our entire lives on hold when you haven't even prepared the basics. The sentence hit harder than the diagnosis. Ethan picked up his car keys. If you call an attorney tomorrow, let us know. Noah hesitated near the front door. For 1 second I honestly believed he would stay. Instead, he lowered his eyes and followed his brother and sister outside. 3 car doors slammed. 3 engines started. 3 red taillights disappeared into the darkness. The house became painfully silent. Dinner remained untouched. Steam still rose from the roast chicken. 3 glasses sat half full on the table. I stood there alone, a mother inside a home that suddenly felt far too large. Exactly 27 minutes later, my phone rang. It was Dr. Harrison. I answered with trembling hands. Mrs. Collins, there has been a serious mistake. I slowly sat down on the kitchen floor. The pathology reports were accidentally attached to another patient's file. I couldn't breathe. What does that mean? It means your condition is completely different from what we first believed. You do have a tumor. But it's early, very early. It is highly treatable. We expect an excellent recovery. For several seconds, I simply stared at the kitchen ceiling. I laughed, then I cried, then I laughed again. Not because the mistake was funny, because within half an hour, I had lost my children and gained my future back. The next morning I didn't call anyone, not Ethan, not Claire, not Noah. Instead, I made coffee, opened every window, and sat quietly on the porch watching the sunrise. For the first time in years, I wasn't thinking about being a mother. I was thinking about myself. 2 days later something strange happened. While looking for an old family photo album, I opened my jewelry drawer. My grandmother's emerald necklace was gone. I searched every shelf, every cabinet, nothing. Then I remembered. The security cameras Daniel installed years earlier were still working. I opened the recordings. There it was, the morning after our dinner. Claire unlocking my front door with the spare key. I had forgotten she still possessed. She stayed inside exactly 7 minutes. When she walked out, she slipped something small into her purse. I froze the video. Zoomed in. Although blurry, I recognized the green velvet jewelry pouch. I didn't confront her. I didn't call the police. I simply changed every lock on the house that afternoon. That evening I made another appointment. Not with my doctor, with my attorney. Her name was Victoria Sanders. She had handled Daniel's affairs years before. After listening carefully, she closed her notebook. What would you like to do, Margaret? I looked through the office window for a long moment. Then I answered. I want the people who truly stayed beside me to become the people who receive my future. Victoria nodded. Then we'll make that happen. Over the following week, we rewrote everything: the house, savings, invests. Every decision reflected one simple truth: love isn't measured by words spoken during comfortable times. It's measured by who remains standing beside you when they believe there's nothing left to gain. Only one person visited every hospital appointment: Lily. She sat beside me through blood tests, brought crossword puzzles, read novels aloud while treatment lasted. She never once asked about money. She never mentioned inheritance. One afternoon, I finally asked, "Sweetheart, why do you keep missing your free afternoons just to sit here with me?" She smiled without looking up from her book. "Because one day I'll wish I had one more afternoon with you." My eyes filled with tears. That single sentence was worth more than every expensive gift my children had brought during those 4 days. Months passed. Treatment worked better than anyone expected. My strength slowly returned. My hair even began growing back. Life felt possible again, but one conversation still waited: Christmas dinner. For the first time since everything happened, all 3 of my children would be sitting at the same table again. None of them knew. This time, I already knew the truth. End of part 2.